Welcome back to Stateside Veterans. Appreciate you being with me today. I'm going to be talking about COLA, or your cost of living adjustment, in 2025. Before we get started, the ask here is to hit the like and subscribe button. You can subscribe if you're watching on your computer by hitting the little chevron in the corner, or down below if you're watching on your phone. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. It helps YouTube get this content out to the veteran community. So each year, we receive, generally speaking, a cost of living adjustment as veterans to any payments that we may be receiving from the VA. Did you know that those calculations or projections for those calculations start earlier in the year? So this is something that other channels have covered. There's some good information out there. A lot of people were throwing around the number well into the threes. Unfortunately, with the latest economic data that we have, it's probably going to be lower. I'm going to post a link down below from VA Claims Insider. We appreciate them putting this information out. Go ahead and click on the link. Follow along with me as I get into this article. So, question for all of you guys: is there going to be a COLA increase in 2025 for veterans? The answer is yes, but the latest 2025 COLA increase estimate is a mere 2.7%, which will be applied to VA disability compensation rates effective December 1st of 2024 and payable on January 1st of 2025. So, hey, look, it's not going to be in the 3% like we saw this last year. Perhaps it may be lower. And I'm going to explain a little bit by reading this article further why that is. Our latest 2025 COLA prediction has slightly decreased following a lower than expected June 2024 CPI report, indicating a further cooling of inflationary pressures. If inflation continues to slow, the cost of living adjustment for 2025 could be lower than the current projection of 2.7%. So you might be asking, what is a COLA adjustment? A cost of living adjustment is calculated automatically each year and is intended to reflect the change of the cost of living over a 1-year period. The primary purpose of COLA increase is to help consumers maintain their spending power relative to inflation. Makes sense, right? If you're receiving compensation from the VA, inflation is a factor in our economy. It was terrible just a couple of years ago, but in my personal opinion, those inflationary forces really haven't cooled as much as we may believe. Maybe that's because it's an election year. I don't know, but here's how this is calculated. The Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical earners, or CPIW, is updated monthly by the Bureau of Labor Statistics and is the measure used to calculate whether there will be a COLA increase. CPIW is an estimate of the average change in prices of goods and services purchased by household whose income come primarily from clerical or wage occupation. The Bureau of Labor Statistics measures the price change of each item in a basket of goods that the average person purchases and then computes overall inflation. It weights each of those prices by the item's share of spending. So, what is the 2025 COLA increase based on? The 2025 Social Security COLA is based on the percentage of increase from the highest third quarter average of CPIW recorded from 2023 compared to the CPIW for the third quarter of the current year, which is 2024. So I'm going to say that again. What they do at the Social Security Administration is they take CPIW and they measure it year over year for that increase. Now, the VA follows along. Continuing in the article here, the percentage increase is rounded to the nearest 1/10 or 0.1%. If the CPIW triggers a 2025 VA disability COLA this year, then it becomes effective December 1st, 2024, and is payable on January 1st of 2025. There are some years where CPIW does not increase, so keep that in mind. In fact, there has been some decreases recorded, notably in 2010, 2011, and 2016. In those years, no COLA was payable as required by law, which means the increase was zero. The COLA can never be negative, even during times of decreasing price index. You might ask, what is the cost of living increase for 2025? The latest 2025 COLA estimate is 2.7%, but with inflation slowing faster than expected, I'm not sure that's actually happening, the final adjustment could be even lower. In mid-October of 2024, the Social Security Administration will announce the 2025 cost of living adjustment. If inflationary pressures continue to ease in the U.S. economy, it's possible that the 2025 COLA will be less than the current projection of 2.7%. We won't know for sure until the third quarter of 2024. Now, you might ask, hey, Randy, why are you telling me this? Two reasons. One, you need to plan ahead. We all do as veterans, and if our budget is going to be affected, we need to have a reasonable idea what that effect is going to look like. Second, most of the information that I've seen that's out there on the web indicates that there is going to be a higher COLA than this article talks about. I've been seeing stuff in the 3.2, 3.3, 3.5 range out there on the web. Doesn't look like that is what's going to occur. So those are the reasons why we're doing this video today. The question they ask here in the article is, how do we calculate a COLA increase? They're not able to officially calculate a 2025 COLA increase until the third quarter CPIW data gets released in the fall of 2024. But we can use the 2023 as an example of how COLA rates get calculated each year and a plug and play for the new CPI data as soon as it's released. The article goes through a formula. Just check it out in the link below. I won't read through it all the way, but you can get the idea if you kind of take a look yourself. How we estimated our 2025 COLA increase, they talk about first, they calculated CPIW index for points for the third quarter of 2023. Second, they needed an estimate for the average CPIW index points for the third quarter of 2024. And then they took that increase from the third quarter in 2023 and compared it to 2024. And they have a little formula. So again, take a look at the article link down below. This is going to become more of a factor here in the September timeframe, October timeframe. You'll start to see information from the Social Security Administration drop. More accurate predictions will come available. But again, the VA uses Social Security Administration calculations for what you are going to get in 2025 and moving forward. I hope this video was helpful for you. It's a heads up. Again, please like and subscribe. There's the subscribe button, the little chevron you see in the corner. Otherwise, hit down below, and I'll keep the information flowing.